Okay, I wasn't planning on doing this, so it's going to be a little haphazard. But I woke up, I have a little bit of an itchy throat, got my coffee, and no kids. So I decided I was going to go ahead and start, doing a few pages. I figured, you know what, when I overthink things, I'm never going to end up doing it because I want it to be perfect. So we're just going to treat a couple pages, or what I call prep a couple pages, whatever. This is just gesso, and I have an idea for this, which is why I'm doing this whole page. So this is going to have a lot of layering, and I really don't want any color showing through or like anything coming through, but I'm gonna let some because that's what makes mixed media interesting to me, is the layers. And none of this matters, but I don't want figures because I don't know, I just don't. And I don't really want that hat there either. So I'll put a little bit more. This is just gesso. Doesn't matter what kind you get. It is, to me, one of the most important things to have, though, because especially if you're doing mixed media. And then I have all of these going, which will be cards for wrapping ribbon and embroidery. I sell some stuff on Etsy, so whenever I have something, I kind of have a rub off. And yes, I don't treat my brushes nice. It's not a good thing. So gesso is super important because it covers up anything. I have black, white, and clear. I don't use the clear a lot. I hear it's great. I just haven't taken the time to actually do it. So you can see these are a couple pages that I've done. This one, I just got this paint color and I wanted to see if it was the right one for another project. So I just tried it on there. This has one piece of collage. It's not really collage, it's creating layers, but one piece of background that I just liked. Her I already kind of did. This has some collage. This is also some gesso, so you can see that it still peeks through, which is what makes it so interesting. This is actually white paint, not gesso. Actually, it's probably gesso with white paint. I just added a couple pieces here because I actually liked this because it is the holiday season and it made me feel happy. Didn't like that, so I will cover that up. This is how I work in layers. And this is all from literally 1.5 sittings. I didn't spend a lot of time. This is some collage, some paint. So like this page, I just actually put, sometimes I don't even know what I do. I just put paint and then I put some cutouts on it, kind of like glue book style. So this book, I'm considering kind of like everything that I do, art journaling, glue book, collage, everything. I just kind of want to do I have some ideas that I want to try out. And so this is kind of the book for that. So this is the actual magazine catalog. It's a Sundance catalog. This is a cutout from old magazine. It's an old ad. I don't know if you guys remember. It's 80s. I don't even know who she was. I just know that ad was all over the place. Cigars, I just thought that was really pretty. And cigars do remind me of Cuba, which is kind of where I found my desire to create art. It was staring at the walls there. And this is probably why I like texture, because I was drawn to the walls over and over again. That's what kind of like the people inspired me, but looking at the walls and the history of them and the layers and the textures is what made me come home and start painting. And I have been painting since, but it was those walls and the layers that did it. So she's a cutout from that Wisdom magazine that you see at the grocery store. This is from, I think, the cigar book or a travel book. I don't know. I just tear things out and I put them in. I don't really think about it too much. I don't know where she came from. And this is, I had started putting something else in here and then I tore it up. It's something, I don't know. I put here the date that I started, December of 2020. And the cover, I just put paint and collage, and I'll probably cover it up some more. I don't know what I'm doing yet. Okay, so this one, it's almost dry. And if you want to dry things up faster, I do have a tool that I love and I use it all the time. And it is a heat gun. It just speeds up the drawing process. I don't really care, but since we're here and I have you with me, we're gonna do that. So I know what I want to do with these 2 pages already. I have this idea I've been wanting to try. So I'm gonna leave that alone. Oh my god, these cats are going crazy. They are going nuts. They haven't had their coffee, or maybe they've had too much coffee. Okay, so this page, I look at it. Is there anything I really want to keep? No, this is kind of cute. But no, I'm just going to take something else. This is leftover paint that I got to do. I do this a lot. I bought it for furniture. I ended up doing a different color. So it's sitting here wasting. Yeah, it's settled. I'm not really going to think about it too much. Let's just go for it. This is, if I can give any suggestions, it's just go for it. Don't think, just do. It's when we think is when everything just gets in the way. Thinking is highly overrated. I spent too many years thinking. And I got happy when I stopped and I just started doing. And I couldn't be happier. Okay. This is how I roll. If you're a kid, your mother hates me right now. But there should be a designated space that you can do this in, because you know what? It'll make you really happy. And a healthy, balanced individual. And then this also stops you from thinking. See what I'm doing? Stuff is happening and I don't even know, because I'm just trying to get rid of that excess blue paint. And it's doing other stuff in both ways. Okay. So that's that. So I'm just grabbing straight. So I have baskets of like things that I've cut out. And literally I just grabbed the first thing because I don't like to overthink. I'm going to make this page what it's supposed to be. It doesn't matter if it's perfect. I'm going to get rid of the boost your immunity, although that's what I'm doing today. I just made some tea. I don't think it's Corona. I really don't. I think I just kind of got run down, working, running. Then I went on a hike Sunday with a friend, and she started feeling a sore throat. And lo and behold, so did I. But I think it was more hiking in cold weather, and I don't know, just being run down. The holidays are stressful. Look at this. Wine cap. These are great. I'll show you. You know what? We're going to use that right now. Because, I mean, I don't know. You don't really need to spend a lot of money in art supplies. You just need really glue, scissors, magazines. Almost all my magazines are free. Some of them aren't. And I'm not saying this is going to be part of the picture. What happens is you end up tearing things away and making it what it's supposed to be. But it starts off with an idea, and it just, what I call, you know, well, they call, I'm not going to take that, breaks up the page. It gets it started, you know, just randomness. So I have this random piece from something, I think from the Rolodex. I had used these. It's going to end up clear, but I don't want the rigid edges, so I'm just going to round them off a little bit. And so let's get the Mod Podge. Where is the Mod Podge? I don't know. Okay, I have one of these. You can get this at the dollar store for $1. It's actually a pretty decent deal, because I mean, it's not super cheap. So $1 actually, for that little bottle, is actually pretty good. And I find that sometimes it gets goopy. And when you're doing this size, it's not really, yeah, you probably shouldn't use your finger. I just do, like, using my fingers. Okay, so we already have a couple things going on. No ideas, really, what this is going to be. I'm not even going there yet. I'm not thinking about it. So I think she needs to go in there somewhere. So with a napkin, this is just a napkin. They are often 3-ply. You want to remove the plies. You could use this for texture. We'll do that on another page. Sometimes they're tricky and they have 3. Nope, this one looks like 2. You get sometimes surprised when you start gluing it down. You're like, oh, ooh, I just licked Mod Podge because I licked my finger. Oh, see, there it was. It's tricky. That second layer, it's really tight. So definitely make sure, because otherwise when you stick it down, this is going to peel up. You want to make sure you have just your top layer. And it'll also give it a transparency. So, oh my God, you hear these cats? They are running around like mad people. Okay, so you could do napkins several different ways. They often tear if you use a glue stick. So, but I do. Depends on what's going on. And I think I'm just going to put this like right there. Right here. No. Yeah, right there. And I'll probably end up tearing some of it up. So back to the Mod Podge. And you're just gonna kind of put some down where you think it's gonna go. And you kind of just put it down. Mod Podge in the morning. You know that quote, I like the smell of napalm in the morning. I like the smell of Mod Podge in the morning. And again, I'm not being too particular because I'm probably not even going to keep this. This is just going to be like what's underneath it all. Oh, it's leaking. That's okay. I'll let it leak. It's fine. All right, so that's a start. And it's nowhere near done. And now I ignore it because I don't want to think about it. And then I love this. I actually want to order these, except they're like $58 a mug. But if I had the money to buy a $58 mug of gratitude, or what is it? Mug cup of sentiment, I would buy them all because I love them. I love the wonkiness of them. I love everything that they say, everything that they stand for, and I just really want to drink a cup of coffee from these mugs, but I can't pay $58 for a mug. God, I wish I could. Wish, wish, wish. And they offer them every year, so every year I get tempted. I mean, I never order from this catalog anyway, really. I mean, I just don't shop a lot. Everything mine has paint on it ever since I started painting, so what's the point? It's just gonna get ruined. But those mugs, maybe one year I'll treat myself to one. I just really, really do want one. And sometimes I do let the pages, because honestly, I am probably going to cover almost all of this up, if not everything. It's just to start it out. But you see how things start to come together? Like this branch looks nice with this, which looks nice with this. And it just starts to work. Your mind knows what's going on more than you do. Like you're inside your, what do you call it? Your unconscious mind, subconscious mind. It knows more than we do. That's where collage comes from. It comes from inside us, a place that we don't really, go to. It hits another part of us. Okay, so this is all I'm going to do because it's going to get wet and it's going to be difficult to work with. And I don't do more than 2 or 3 pages. And then I'll go drink my coffee. I'll come back and I'll mess with it some more. But I do want to just do this page. And I'm going to leave this, like I said, because these do make me happy. Look at them. I mean, they're all so good. A cup of peace, a cup of gratitude, a cup of blessings, a cup of happy, a cup of healing, a cup of joy, a cup of strength, a cup of love. One day. Oh, I was going to show you this. Okay, so let's do it here. You see how I work? I just don't think. I wish sometimes I was more of a thinker. What do we want to do? The black is here. Let's just do black. Why not? I never do black, so let's do something different and surprise myself. And yes, I should clean my brushes, but this is who I am. Ooh, I see something happening. I think these might need a little black. Who knew? I didn't. I often don't know anything. I have no idea where I'm going when I make things. I just go, and then I'm like, oh, yeah, cool. And you know what? Things are what they're supposed to be. In life, too, everything that happens, good, bad, sad, happy, all of it happens for a reason. You know, I had some hard times, and I wouldn't give up those hard times for anything now. Because honestly, it's where the art comes from, and I found my peace, and I found my happy, I found my calm, and I wouldn't trade it for anything. The serenity that I have now, I just, yeah. I would never tell the people that have hurt me or kind of caused that growth to go, thank you or anything, but yeah, thank you. Pushed me to go deeper and further, and that's what art can do for you, and that's what journaling does for you, and that's what this does for you. It reaches a part of you inside, and it doesn't matter if you have a perfect life, although nobody does. No matter what your story is, you could be 12 years old and you have thoughts and feelings that need to come out. And this is the way to do it. It just makes you aware of what's going on inside you. And how satisfying is that? I mean, as the paper turns from thin to thick and textury, like I'm feeling this on both sides. It's almost like rubber with the black, because black is a little bit more rubbery. Notice those things. Notice everything. Get into it. Like don't just get into it, you know? All right, so I do like this page, and I'm going to be kind of anal about it because I don't want it to get marked up. This is just parchment paper. You can get it at the dollar store. Wax paper, parchment paper. It all works the same. There's some differences, but see? I didn't know I was going to do that, but look at that. I like it, especially this side. Just let it happen. Don't think about it. You can fix it. You don't, you know, like, it just doesn't matter. I was going to use her. Should we use her? Yeah, let's use her. I think we're going to go... So these are actually collage napkins. I splurged on them when I first started doing mixed media, and then I got kind of weird about things and I wanted to do everything myself. I felt like it was cheating, but there really is no cheating in art. I just kind of, I had this, you know, what they call imposter syndrome, and I was like, I'm not really an artist, even though I felt like I was doing art for sure. But I was like, yeah, no, I'm not an artist. I just like the way it makes me feel. Well, darlings, that is an artist. When you like the way it makes you feel, that's what it's about. It's not about money. It's not about success, or it's not about acceptance, not about other people liking your work. It's about how it makes you feel. Okay, so I do think, I don't know why she did this, but I do think she put layers on these, which is kind of a annoyance because you know you're going to collage with them, but I guess that's just how they have to print them. I think there is only one. Pretty sure. So this one, because there's so much going on, I think I'm just going to glue stick. What do you think? Right there? Doesn't really matter anyway. Back to the Mod Podge. Oh, let me show you a tip. Because this was one that I was so happy when I found it. Yeah, I'm a mess. This is how I work. But I kind of need chaos in a little bit of a way so that I can't think. I think if everything was too organized, I'd probably go crazy. These are, I'm sure all the cool kids know. I don't wear makeup, so I wouldn't know. But they're makeup applicator brushes, or whatever you want to call them. It's not a brush. Oh, it's supposed to happen. I'm not going to worry about it. Doesn't really matter. Just adds interest. In fact, I don't like that jaggedy thing. Yeah. There. Okay. So you can see the pages kind of taking a form. And there'll be things I change about it and things that I will leave, and it'll be what it becomes. I'm not going to worry about it. Yeah. So honestly, that's kind of like, now this is how I start my day, and I will leave this for a little bit. I'll take my coffee. And I will go do something else for a little while, and then I'll come back and I will play some more. And, oh, see? Now I want to do it on purpose. That's how I roll. Yeah. Just let things happen. Just play and have fun and don't think about it. That's my best advice.